Interior, Bainbridge Estate. Bedroom number 1, evening. An old lady lies in bed, her breathing labored. These are her final moments. At her bedside is Trevor, a finance bro in a suit. And in this moment, we only see him from the waist up.
It won't be long now.
We pan to see Alberta, an African-American woman in her 30s.
At least she's comfortable.
Next, we pan to see Pete, a man dressed as a scoutmaster. He has an arrow through his neck.
There's definitely worse ways to go.
Reveal others also standing nearby. Flower, a hippie with claw marks down her back. Crash, a Fonzie-esque motorcycle greaser with a slash across his neck. Sasappis, a Native American. Thorfinn, a Viking. Isaac, a Revolutionary War militiaman. And Hetty, older society woman from the late 1800s. They all nod in agreement.
Agreed.
Yeah. Dysentery was no party.
I think it is happening.
Some shushes, everyone quiets. Alberta begins to reverently hum Amazing Grace. Old lady takes her last breath, and her ghostly spirit leaves her body and hovers above the bed. Who are you? I am the ghost of your great-grandmother, Hetty Bainbridge.
Hi, Susan Shapiro, but they call me Flower. I wandered over to your property from a music festival back in the 60s, and then tried to befriend a bear. Drugs may have been involved.
I am Thorfinn. I like herring.
She doesn't need the whole roster. We are ghosts. While most spirits pass on to the afterlife, we, for some reason, are the unfortunate few cursed to spend eternity.
At that, her spirit shoots up into the heavens.
And she's gone.
They all groan jealously, except for Pete.
Oh, good for her.
So unfair. She goes up, we stay here. In Odin's name, why?
Now who's gonna get the house? She didn't have any children.
You should have married that dentist back in 78.
He was a square, but a good square. This house was my pride and joy, and now it could get sold to God knows who. Murderers, perverts, Irishmen.
Well, no reason to keep milling about up here, I guess. Shall we go mill about downstairs?
The ghosts mumble agreement and start to file out through the walls. We see for the first time that Trevor is not wearing pants.
I just hope someone interesting moves in. Like a ball player or an astronaut. What life are you guys hoping to watch next?
None. I want to go to Valhalla.
Is that in New Hampshire? Beautiful area. Carol and I did a fall foliage tour through there once.
We've heard this story.
We've heard every story. The year was 1983, and we piled into the RV, ready to stare at some leaves.
The ghosts grumble and cross out through the walls. Interior, law office later. A young couple, Samantha, type A, can-do optimist, and Ryan, nerdy cute realist who balances out his wife's crazier impulses, sit across from a lawyer. The original home dates back to the 1700s. Here, take a look. The lawyer hands Samantha an iPad. The first image is just a title card that reads,
Bainbridge Estate. You know something's nice when it's got a name.
Counterpoint. I named my Kia in high school Car2D2.
Samantha swipes to a picture of the house. It's a sprawling, grand old estate. It's very impressive.
Whoa.
Oh my god.
9 bedrooms on 10 acres in the picturesque Hudson Valley.
So we just own this now? Just like that? What's the catch?
No catch. As I explained to your wife on the phone, her relative passed away and she's the next of kin.
I didn't even know her. So sad. Not sad about this clawfoot bathtub though. Hello.
How much do you think we'd be able to sell this place for?
Assuming we want to sell?
Are we not assuming that? I assumed we were assuming that. We're not moving to a 300-year-old house in the middle of nowhere. Right, Sam?
Sweetie, I'm just saying, we don't have all the facts yet. But obviously, yes, we're probably going to sell. He thinks I'm a little impulsive.
Well, there are limited buyers for a property this size. You have your bed and breakfast operators.
What if we moved there and opened a bed and breakfast?
Seriously?
If someone else could make money doing that, why not us?
Sam, we're New Yorkers. We have friends and jobs. Also, I just refilled the Metro card, so there's like 6 months on that thing.
Aren't you sick of the city? I mean, we've been living here a long time.
We don't know the first thing about running a B&B.
You're a chef. That's half of the bees right there. How long have you been talking about having your own kitchen? You're too talented to be working for someone else.
Should I leave my dad's firm and strike out on my own? Sorry, not about me.
Plus, I can write freelance articles from anywhere, so we'll have income while we're getting up and running. Admit it. That's an annoyingly strong argument.
It's not bad, but this is crazy. We haven't even seen this place. You want to upend our lives and move there?
Okay, how about this? We go upstate, spend the weekend. If we love it, then we talk. Just talk about moving there.
Ryan can see she's not going to be talked off of this.
Okay, sure.
Thank you.
Ryan considers the photo of the house again.
It is a nice looking place.
Right? And it's ours for free.
There's got to be something wrong with it.
Mr. Negative, what could possibly be wrong with it?
Our spooky theme music fires up as we cut to main titles for Ghosts. Act 1. Exterior Bainbridge Estate Day. Establishing shot of the house. It's in more disrepair than the photo we saw, but it's still quite grand. Interior Bainbridge Estate living room. All the ghosts are gathered listening to Trevor tell a story.
Okay, so it's the summer of 98. My Lehman brother Rose and I have scooped his chopper to beat the traffic out to the Hamptons, because that's how we roll. Anyway, we're on the list for a very exclusive shindig at Surf Lodge in Montauk. It's Tara Reid's B-Day. Nuff said.
Who is Tara Reid?
Seriously? She was a movie star.
What is a movie again?
It's like a play that they project on a screen?
When you say project,
What is play?
God, I hate being the most recently dead. Anyway, yada yada yada, it was a great night. The end.
Polite applause from the assembled ghosts as a frustrated Trevor takes a seat. Pete gets up and addresses the group.
thank you, Trevor, for that talk of the day on partying.
It was very high level. You guys just don't get it. Whatevs.
Tomorrow, of course, is Food Club, when Thor will explain the subtle differences between types of cod.
It will be similar to Salmon Lecture, but more cod focused.
Are rainbows shooting out of Pete's head? No. No one else seeing that? I'm having another weird acid flashback, aren't I?
Just ride the wave, sweetie.
On Wednesday, a very special treat. Isaac has agreed to recite for us a speech he once gave arguing against the Stamp Act in the 1700s.
It's very long and very detailed, but don't worry, I remember every word.
We cannot even kill ourselves. There is no way out.
Thorfinn starts to gesture at something out the window.
Ooh, it's one of those, how you say, land ship.
They all look out the window to see Sam and Ryan's 2008 Subaru Outback approaching. Not a land ship, you nincompoop. It's a horseless carriage. Crash detaches his head from his body and lifts it up so he can see over some of the ghosts who are crowding the window. The car pulls up and Samantha and Ryan get out. Trevor immediately spots Samantha and likes what he sees.
Bro, check out that body. Slamming.
Indeed, he'd have made a fine militiaman.
Isaac regards Ryan's body appreciatively. Crash returns his head to his neck, but doesn't place the head perfectly, and it teeters over onto the floor with a thud. The headless body starts to wander off, aimlessly. Ah, geez, not again! Samantha and Ryan drink in the house.
Holy crap, this beats the hell out of our tiny fifth floor walk-up.
Okay, yeah, it's impressive. But can you reach the fridge from your bed? I think not.
The air is so clean. And that guy at the gas station in town, what was his name? Carl? He was folksy, right?
I mean, he called me a woman for wearing a video game shirt, which, even if we're stereotyping, doesn't make any sense. But sure, Carl has a certain charm.
Ryan and Samantha enter.
Okay, this is huge.
And it's all ours.
They embrace, the camera circling them and capturing their joy. As the camera comes around again, the ghosts are now visible in the space that was previously empty, watching Samantha and Ryan, who are unaware of the ghost's presence.
This must be them, the new folks that own the house.
Can you believe this place has been in my family for 6 generations?
She's a relative of yours, Hetty.
I should hope not, with her exposed knees and those harlot's bangs. Ryan and Samantha walk around, taking in the new surroundings, as the ghosts follow and talk about them.
At least there are just 2 of them. I do not see any children. Well, that still leaves plenty of room for us.
Yes, 2 people is manageable. Limited commotion. It's not an old lady bedridden while disease eats away at her, but we knew those good times couldn't last forever.
Interior Bainbridge Estate pantry. A short time later, Sam opens the cabinets as Ryan takes in the kitchen.
Look at these cabinets. Man, I would love to label and organize these bad boys.
I love you, but it's very weird the things you find fun.
Said the man that collects action figures.
Invests in action figures?
A young couple could be interesting. I mean, I don't see any baseball bats or NASA gear, but that's okay.
Samantha fishes something out of her bag.
What are you doing?
Sage, I'm cleansing the space.
Oh, come on.
Babe, this is Old House 101. You light this stuff and it wards off evil spirits.
What did she say?
Does that work?
You don't really believe in that stuff, do you?
Hey, better safe than sorry.
Sam lights the sage and wafts the smoke around. The ghosts brace for some sort of impact, but as they get a smell of the incense, their momentary concern gives way.
Oh, that's delightful. Indeed.
Yeah, that's amazing.
As Sam and Ryan cross off to cleanse another room, the ghosts follow closely, jostling for position to get a whiff. I want to smell.
Hey, quit hogging.
Let me in.
People, there's enough spirit repellent for all of us.
Interior, library. A short time later, Sam and Ryan enter.
Ryan, we have a library.
This place is like old school rich.
Yeah, and I did a little research. Apparently, my ancestors who owned this place were actual robber barons. I'm talking cartoon evil, slept on a bed of gold types.
I mean, we did that once.
Okay, they actually seem really nice.
Totally. They remind me of this couple I was married to briefly on the commune.
I will say, though, it's a lot more beat up than in the pictures.
Sure, it could use a little TLC, but we can fix it up.
Boy, she's really can do.
I am rooting for these kids. I cannot help it.
Wait, trust me. This is going to make an incredible hotel.
The ghosts gasp, horrified at this notion.
What is this word? Hotel?
I'll tell you what a hotel is. A hotel is our worst nightmare.
Interior Bainbridge Estate, fantasy. A horrific future in which Sam and Ryan have turned the Bainbridge Estate into a B&B. Sam and Ryan converse with the tourists and guests. People enjoy tea by the fire, laughing, talking, etc. Kids run to and fro as our ghosts dodge them. Pete sidesteps one, only to have another kid run right through him. Pete reacts, pained, as if he's been tased.
Every room in this house filled with people coming and going.
Alberta dodges a woman who is about to sit on her, getting out of the way just in time, only to have another guest walk right through her. She reacts as if she's been tased.
Ah!
Continuing the fantasy, in a bedroom of the house, a young couple of honeymooners make out in bed. We pan over to see Hetty trying to avert her disgusted gaze.
Sleeping in our beds?
I don't care if you are man and wife. That position is not natural. Library back to the scene. The ghosts are all still there.
And you don't even want to know about the clutter, Thorfinn, my fastidious Viking friend.
Back to the fantasy. A guest litters a napkin in front of a horrified Thorfinn.
Why? Why? Trash can right there!
Thorfinn tries in vain to pick up the napkin, his hand going right through it. Unseen to him, a guest approaches from behind and walks right through Thorfinn, who reacts, pained. Back to the library. The ghosts are all there.
Ugh, I hate getting walked through. It's probably the worst pain I can think of. No, wait. Arrow through the neck, that beats it.
Okay, new plan. Kill them.
We can't kill them.
Yeah, that's not nice.
Agreed. Plus, we literally don't have the ability. Can't pick up a gun. Can't put their feet in a cement and drop them off a country bridge. Hey, I went with a bootlegger for a spell. You hear things. Even if we could physically grapple them, that Ryan fellow would overpower us. Have you seen his shoulders? And that V-shaped back?
We must do something. Bainbridge House reduced to a tawdry boarding home over my dead body. I know.
What if we just tried haunting? You know, scare them away. I mean, we are ghosts.
Whoa.
I know. Good plan, right?
Huh? Oh, no, sorry. I was just seeing some major trails. What are we talking about?
This plan of Trevor's fills me with discomfort. The line between the living and ourselves is one which we should respect. Who are we to...
At that moment, Ryan enters and passes right through Sasappis, who reacts as if he's been tased.
Ah!
Found my jacket.
He picks it up off the bed and crosses back out.
All right, we haunt these bastards out of here.
Interior, Bainbridge Estate master bedroom the next morning. Sam is holding paint swatches up against the wall. Ryan enters with takeout cups.
Water from the tap looked disgusting, so I went to the gas station and got us coffee. Carl says hi and called me a snowflake for wearing flip-flops.
Classic Carl. Okay, gun to your head. Canary yellow or lavender mist?
Now you're putting up paint? We're not even sure if we're staying. Why don't you just knock down that wall while you're at it?
First of all, if we end up selling, no one's going to care about a little paint. Secondly, that is an interesting idea about the wall. Do you think it's load-bearing?
She starts tapping on the wall with her knuckles.
Do you have any idea what sound you're listening for?
Nope, but I feel like Joanna Gaines, and I'm not mad about that. Want to come be my chip, big boy?
Why is it we only role-play couples from HGTV?
Please don't kink shame me.
They hear a pigeon cooing and turn to see it sticking its head out of a hole in the ceiling.
And there's a bird in our room, because of course there is.
Okay, sure, this place needs a little work.
It needs a ton of work. And that's going to take money, which we don't have, or skills, which we don't have.
Hey, we put together that IKEA table. Remember that triumph?
Only one extra screw.
And isn't it nice to be away from New York? The smell, the noise.
The pigeons.
Those are city pigeons. Completely different. This guy's clean. He's cute.
Here he comes.
Okay, hit the deck.
They dodge the pigeon as it flies at their heads. Interior, Bainbridge Estate, entrance hall. Crash's head is on its side on the floor. Just then his headless body wanders by. Hey, body, I'm down here, daddy-o. All right, I got the ears. Crash's head sighs as the body crosses off. We follow the body as it goes through the wall into the grand room. The headless body crosses in and wanders by in the background as all the other ghosts are there in the middle of a haunting game planning sesh.
Now, let's take inventory of the skills at our disposal. Thor, as we all know, is able to do that thing with the electrics since he was struck by lightning.
In retrospect, metal armor, probably not best idea. Okay, here we go.
Concentrates hard for a couple beats and the lights flicker a little. Polite applause from the others.
And of course, when Flower walks through the living, they experience a momentary hallucinatory effect.
True, though most people seem to actually kind of like it.
Yeah, the goal here is to scare them away, not make them want to chill out to some Allman Brothers.
Oh, Isaac, what about your thing?
Oh, yeah.
I'm not sure to what it is you refer.
You died of dysentery.
Yeah, it smells like a fart when the living walk through you.
Ooh, it's nasty.
Not pleasant.
Okay, I get it. And you needn't be so harsh in your condemnations. Trust me, it's worse for me than it is for thee. Now, moving on. What else?
Well, I was thinking, since Alberta was a singer in life and can project her humming into the world of the living, why don't we have her scare them by humming the song from the movie Ghost? Huh? It's kind of thematic. You know, we don't know what that is, Pete. Ah, right, the movie thing.
Welcome to my hell.
Okay, you guys would actually love it. There was this amazing scene. The main girl is making pottery.
We don't have time for this.
And then this hunky shirtless guy comes in, just absolutely ripped.
I mean, we do have some time. The haunting's not imminent. Go on. It's fine. I get it. I'll hum something scary.
Oh, and Trevor must do his amazing thing. That has to be the topper.
You're very kind.
They beg him to demonstrate, and Trevor obliges.
Come on, Trevor.
There's an empty
Yes,
cup
go
on the
ahead.
edge of the table. Trevor grunts and groans, trying to push it off the edge. Finally, with tremendous effort and focus, he slowly manages to accomplish the task. He lands harmlessly on the rug. The ghosts all applaud as if they've seen something truly amazing.
I did it. T-Money did it.
Like his fingers are magic.
Makes sense. Ladies used to call me Magic Fingers back when I was alive, if you know what I mean.
I do, and I am wildly uncomfortable.
Troops, I believe we are ready for the mission ahead. Tonight, get your sleep, for tomorrow we strike. Now, Pete, tell us more about this pottery scene.
Exterior, Bainbridge Estate, the next day. We hear a scream.
Oh!
We see Ryan in the shower, frantically turning the water off.
Mother, babe, the hot water's out.
Upstairs, we see the ghosts, positioned for their haunting offensive. Isaac enters through the wall.
Okay, people, he's coming out. Man your posts.
Good luck, everyone, and have fun.
Damn hot water stopped. Does anything work in this house?
Finishing up something else.
Isaac gives his cue.
Stand by, Thor. And go, Thor.
Thor starts to concentrate and try really hard while gesturing towards the lights. The lights flicker a little as Ryan passes by, prompting him to flick the switch up and down a few times. The ghosts reappear, and we see that Ryan's flicking of the light switch shoots the electricity back at Thor, causing him to collapse to the ground.
Man down! Alberta, you're up. Trevor, you're on deck. I was thinking, it kind of feels like I'm opening for Trevor. Now, I don't need to headline this haunting, but wouldn't it just make a whole lot more sense? Okay, fine.
Alberta begins to hum a melody, but her voice is overpowered by the stereo firing up in the other room. Samantha runs in.
I got the speaker working.
Pete signals for Isaac to pass through the living. Isaac shakes his head, a little annoyed, and then does go right through Ryan, reacting as our ghosts do when the living pass through them.
Ah!
Oh, babe.
But that wasn't me.
Okay, it doesn't work to blame the other person when there's only one other person.
Sit out, Trevor! You're our final hope!
Trevor starts to concentrate really hard, attempting to push the vase off a table and have it smash on the floor. We cut to silence, no ghosts in sight, as Ryan and Samantha pass by the table. We see the vase move the tiniest bit. Ryan and Samantha cross off without noticing. We see the ghosts again. Trevor is wiped, the gang defeated.
It was just too heavy.
Haunting is hard.
Interior basement, short time later. Dark and creepy sub-basement. A frustrated Ryan opens the door from the kitchen above, and a shaft of light shines on the stairs, which he descends. Samantha follows after him.
What are you doing?
Trying to get this water heater working. I think you just light the pilot, right?
So creepy down here.
Sam finds a string connected to a bulb and turns it on, revealing they are not alone. There is a group of ghosts crammed in there with them, all smallpox victims wearing the burial shrouds they were thrown into a mass pox-pit grave in. Sam and Ryan are, of course, unaware that they're there.
Much better.
Ryan stares at the water heater, unsure of what to do.
Who are these guys?
I don't know.
Ryan, this thing is ancient. Let's call a professional.
No, we're not dumping a bunch of money into this place. Besides, I want to take a shower now.
Ryan starts fiddling with some knobs and switches.
What are you doing? You don't know what any of that is.
Babe, I YouTubed it. I got this. That should do it.
That won't do it.
I think I got it.
No, he hasn't.
Ryan and Samantha run up the stairs.
At least they left the light on.
Ryan comes back down the stairs, clicks off the light, then runs back up, leaving all the pox-pit ghosts in the dark.
Damn it.
In the upstairs hallway later, Pete approaches Trevor, who is trying to move the vase from before with his power. He grunts, making a great effort.
Trevor, what are you doing? The livings aren't even here.
No, I know, but this isn't for them. This is between Team Money and the vase. Now, it's personal.
He goes back to grunting while trying to move the vase. In the bedroom and bathroom later, Ryan and Samantha stand near the shower. Ryan has his hand under the running water. After a beat,
Freezing. Damn it.
All right. Well, we're going back to the city this afternoon anyway. We can fix it when we come back.
You mean if we come back?
Okay, the weekend's almost up, so I guess we should have this talk.
she gets out her laptop.
You made a PowerPoint, didn't you?
Oh, you betcha.
She starts to open up her laptop, but Ryan cuts her off.
Sam, I don't want to move here. I'm sorry.
Reveal, Alberta, Hetty, and Thorfinn are in the room.
Well, this just got interesting.
Very interesting.
Like finding new type of cod interesting.
In the hallway, with great effort, Trevor continues attempting to move the vase as Pete cheers him on. Inspirational music plays a la the end of a dramatic sports movie. The music cuts out, the ghosts disappear. We see the vase start to wobble slightly. Finally, it falls onto the floor, rolls a couple feet, and comes to a rest. Music swells, ghosts reappear. Pete and Trevor celebrate Trevor's grand victory. It is the greatest moment ever. Back in the bedroom, Sam and Ryan are as before. Alberta, Thor, and Hetty watch.
I came up here with an open mind, but come on. This whole bed and breakfast idea, it's crazy. Plus, I like the city. I like our lives there.
We've already done the city. Why can't we do this now? I don't know what it is, but I feel a connection to this place.
We see this land with Hetty.
I see a future here. We could raise a family.
Of course, I want all that, but we're in way over our heads. This place is falling apart.
It's kind of a dump.
Oh, shut up.
So that's it. We just do what you want.
I'm just saying, if we're going to do some big, crazy move, both of us should have to agree on it.
Fine.
She goes to leave, then turns back.
It just sucks because this could have been a really cool thing for us. Sometimes you gotta try something a little bold, Ryan. Put up some canary yellow and get out of your neutral palette mindset.
Neutrals go with everything and are great for resale. Did you get nothing from Love It or List It?
I don't know what any of those words mean, but I know he ain't getting any tonight.
In the hallway, Pete and Trevor are still there as Sam crosses in. In her annoyed state, she fails to see the vase lying on the ground by the stairway. Pete sees the disaster in the making.
Uh-oh. Watch out!
They wince as Samantha trips over the vase and tumbles horrifically down the staircase, landing with a thud.
Bro, that's not good.
Having heard the commotion, Ryan rushes out of the bedroom and down the stairs. Sam's point of view, vision blurred, the blurry figure of Ryan comes to her side in the foreground.
Sam! Sam! Oh my god, Sam!
Pete and Trevor appear blurry at the top of the stairs as a confused Sam passes out, and we fade out. 3. The Bainbridge Estate living room a short time later. The ghosts watch from the window as EMTs load Samantha onto a gurney while an ambulance waits nearby. Ryan tries to comfort the unconscious Samantha. The ghosts all turn and look at Trevor, who tries to avert their gazes. Sasappis points his finger at him accusingly.
Murderer!
Okay, again, accident. You gotta believe me. I would never intentionally hurt someone that hot.
Thorfinn watches as Ryan watches, forlorn, as the EMTs load Samantha into the ambulance.
Oh, the husband guy looks so sad.
Remember when I died? Ira looked so scared. Because he didn't want to lose me. And also because he was trying to get away from the bear.
They watch as the ambulance pulls away.
Poor fellow. Can you imagine if she doesn't make it? What a terrible last memory for him. Ending things in an argument.
Carol and I argued the last time we spoke. It's funny. It seemed like such a big deal at the time, and now I can't even remember what it was we were arguing about.
Hospital hallway later. Ryan runs alongside the gurney, holding Samantha's hand as EMTs rush her into the building. One of them motions for him to stay there as they rush her into the ER. We see her hand slip from his grip as they wheel her away.
You never think when you close the door behind you that that's going to be the last time you ever walk through that door.
Ryan watches from the other side of a glass panel as Sam slides into an MRI machine.
But then I had my accident, and I realized I'm never going to see my wife again.
Samantha lies unconscious in a hospital bed. Ryan lays awake, concerned, on a chair nearby.
Never going to be able to talk to her, to hold her, to tell her how much I love her. Oh wait, I remember what we were fighting about. She ate all the donut holes. And she doesn't even like the donut holes. It was just to spite me. Which was just like her. The point is, life is precious.
Interior hospital room 2 weeks later. Ryan is there beside an empty hospital bed. A doctor is there talking with him. It is a tough loss. We hear a flush and Samantha enters from the bathroom. She's dressed normally but wears a neck brace.
What's wrong?
He's also a Mets fan. The Phillies rallied in the ninth.
Just promise me you were at least this upset when I was technically dead for 3 minutes.
Totally. I mean, it wasn't even a playoffs game. Let's get you home.
Ryan helps Samantha into the passenger seat of their car. He throws a duffel bag into the back seat. As he crosses to the driver's side, we hear a pre-lap of Alberta singing a spiritual, going to shout all over God's heaven.
Everybody talking about heaven, ain't going there.
Alberta continues singing. She is performing for the rest of the ghosts.
Well, I'm gonna walk, I'm gonna talk all over God's heaven.
The ghosts clap politely.
Thank you, Alberta. I don't know how many times you've heard that song. 487. But it gets better every time. And now, the waiting is over. Thorfinn's cod lecture has finally arrived.
Landship! Landship! They're back!
We see that Sam and Ryan's car is pulling up. She's alive!
Oh, thank God. Any scarring? How's the Poonam?
The ghosts rush to the window to look. Sam and Ryan's car comes to a stop. Ryan grabs a thick folder out of his bag.
I thought we were going home.
I just wanted to swing by the house and show you something. So, while you were sleeping for 2 weeks,
Homa.
I had a contractor come out just to give us an estimate on what needs to be done. And it turns out it's way more than we thought. New foundation, new roof, new...
Ryan, it's fine. I'm okay with selling this place. I've had some time to think about it, and you were right. The whole bed and breakfast idea was probably crazy.
Well, then call me crazy, because it's definitely happening.
At that moment, a large truck and a couple of pickup trucks start pulling up. They all have O'Malley Construction written on the side with a large four-leaf clover logo.
What's going on?
That's the contractor. If we're going to make a go of this thing, we're going to need a little help.
We're staying?
Oh, we are doubling down, baby. I maxed out the credit cards. I cashed in the IRA. Very vocal objections to my father, by the way. We are in debt. If this bed and breakfast doesn't work, we are really screwed.
I don't understand. What happened?
Almost losing you made me realize there are more important things than where we live. If this is your dream, then it's my dream too. As long as I'm with home.
They kiss, then...
Was it corny? Did it sound corny? I'm not gonna lie. I practiced it a lot.
She laughs and pulls him in for another kiss. Back in the living room, the ghosts are watching from inside as Sam and Ryan exit their vehicle. Workmen start to unload their trucks and enter the house, bringing all sorts of equipment inside.
They made up.
I'm happy Samantha's okay.
Me too. Wait, who are all these other folks?
It looks like a construction crew.
O'Malley? Ryan talks with a contractor as Samantha looks around, finally back home. Many workers scurry about, setting up equipment, etc. She looks over to see Trevor, smiling at her, his lower half obscured by a chair he is standing behind.
It feels kind of nice for a construction worker.
She crosses off. Trevor looks around. Was she talking to him? He doesn't see anyone else around. Oh my God, she was talking to him. Ryan approaches Sam.
Come with me. I have a surprise for you.
Living room, moments later. The rest of the ghosts look out the window, watching as the construction crew works. Trevor enters in a bit of a panic.
She talked to me. She talked to me. She talked to me, and I think she kind of hit on me. Not sure. There was definitely a spark, though.
Bedroom, moments later. Ryan is in there with Samantha. The room has been painted the canary yellow Samantha was pushing for earlier.
It's the canary yellow you wanted.
Oh, babe.
No, I wasn't sure about it. It's kind of growing on me.
Behind Ryan, Hetty appears by walking through the wall. Samantha sees this and is stunned.
What the hell?
Yeah, it's a lot of yellow. Maybe we do a more muted accent wall?
The rest of the ghosts start to enter through the walls, slowly closing in on Ryan and Samantha.
This can't be real.
It is. I did it while you were in the hospital.
The ghosts are now right behind Ryan.
Oh my God.
Okay, you're not loving it. No big deal. It's just paint.
I think you were right. She can see us.
Are you?
It's me, Ryan. Maybe you need to lie down.
I can explain.
As Isaac speaks, Samantha can see and hear him, but Ryan cannot.
We are ghosts. These poor spirits who dwell on, compelled for reasons unknown to...
Just then, Samantha notices Crash's headless body walking toward her.
Ah,
As Samantha screams, we fade out. End of show. Yay, everyone give yourselves a round of applause. Woo! Take a bow if you'd like.